I'm going to disconnect my AirPods so that both of us can be heard a little bit better. But yes, hopefully that helps some of you guys. It always helps me. I do it almost every day. Just literally just sit down and do deep breathing. It's so helpful. But now we can get started with our little jewelry program. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay. So I thought we could start out with a little bit of a tour of all the jewelry stuff that I have, and maybe it can inspire some of you guys to like get stuff from Michael's. I always go to Michael's. I live in America, so I always go to Michael's for getting jewelry supplies. You can go to Hobby Lobby as well. Something I would say is that the prices are a little bit pricey, especially if you want to get all these different things, like they add up. So I would definitely recommend going to Michael's or Hobby Lobby when there is a sale, so you can get a discount. But that being said, let's take a little tour. I'm not sure how. This is my little jewelry organizer. I literally don't remember where I got it from. It's so old, but I don't know if you can see. I'll like, oh, perfect. I'll like pick up things and show them to you. So first, I have like some of my finished jewelry, which I'll save for the end. It's like a little surprise. I have these lotus things that I use quite a bit. You might have seen it in the ad. Oh, you might have seen it in the ad for our program. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I think they're here. Actually, they are here. Do you want to show them? I want to get those out and show them.
Sure. Is that this one?
And I have these little hoops. They're super cool. I also made something with them. Yeah. Let me show you. There. Those. I have a bunch of little miscellaneous like beads that are like pink and white. I'm really in a pearl kick right now, like pearl earrings. I'm like in love with those right now. They're like these tiny ones. I'm even wearing some right now. I don't know if you can see. They're like my everyday. I wear them every day because they're super simple. And I obviously have these hooks. I really recommend you get these hooks because they're the easiest way to like put your earrings on and just, yeah. So they're these, and then I have a different type, which are, she's like intrigued because she never looks at these. These ones. Yes, these are actually even better because they look a little bit more professional. And then I have some yellow beads. Yep. Some blue beads. I got these fish beads on an impulse. Yes, I don't know if you can see. Yes, fish beads. And then I have some purple beads. My favorite color is purple, and I use them to make these earrings. I actually really like these. Can you see? Aren't they so pretty? They're like butterfly, but also purple. Yeah. And then I have some flowers, some red beads. These are like, I did red. I got red because they are like the official color for my university. So I thought I could wear them and be like school spirit. Yeah. And then I have these multicolored beads. I thought towards the end we could like, I could show you guys how to make a bracelet. And these are like super useful when it comes to making bracelets. And I have some leftover butterflies from the earrings that I showed previously. Yep. And let me show you the bracelet that I made. Prithvi, have you seen this? The bracelet?
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. These are actually so easy to make, and you can make them like super quick. So, and they're so pretty, and you can make like any type, like you can use any beads you want. But besides the beads, let's get down to some of the things I use to like string the beads along and such. Okay. I have these are called like I think eye hooks or something like that. They are basically like these long wires with like little circles at the end that help big beads from not being stuck, if that makes sense. And then I have these are a must. They're like earring backs. They help your earrings from not coming off. These are also very useful. They're these little clasps for your bracelets and stuff. And then I have these hoops. Let me open them up. You want to open them up?
Yeah, I do.
Or like get one out. They're like hard. I have the same, I have basically duplicates of everything, silver and gold. So I have the same like eye hook things, but in silver. Oh, yes. Wow. These little hoops. So before I used to do this, but basically I used to like get my own wire and like make it a circle like this, but I didn't realize that they actually have these already made, which is so helpful. I made these literally just using wire. And that's why like I feel like they're not as circly as I would have liked, but you can get those pre-done at Michael's. And then of course I told you I'm in my pearl era, so I have a bunch of pearls. I have these, which I newly purchased, and I'm trying to see. Oh, we have to do the most important thing, which is your I guess your pliers. So I recommend getting this mini set from Michael's. This is the first one. Ooh la la, Pranati, what do you think this does?
I don't know.
Like use
It
your
doesn't hold like beads to like in it because it can easily fall out. Like the wire.
It's used for making the loop that you put all your beads on. So let me show you. It's used for making that little loop, if you can see, that's like attached to the rest of the earring piece. Yeah. What other pliers? This one. What do you think this does?
It holds the beads in it. And you can just like use it to hold the beads.
Like this?
I don't know.
No, it's used for like straightening the wire out if you mess up or something. It's also used for like holding the wire in like awkward places. And it's also used for like clamping down on things.
This one could be, no, it's not.
What is it? It's like probably the most useful one. Look it. It. What, isn't it super sharp? It's used for cutting.
Oh.
Cutting the wire. Very important. You should definitely have this one. This one and this one are like your musts. Now, also in the earring kit, you have this, which I don't use a lot, and this, which I don't use a lot. I managed to do everything I need. Like I get it done with just those three, but they also exist if you would like them. So I thought that we could start off by making a really simple earring. It's just like a basic stack. So what you're gonna need is, do you want to help me get one of these out? And then I'm actually gonna have Pranati do one towards the end.
Oh.
It's actually, earring making is super fun, and you can like experiment. That's what makes it so much fun with all the different types of beads and stuff.
Open this beforehand.
It's already open actually.
I know. Did you staple it?
Nope. Sorry for the noise. Here. Okay, so you are going to want to be using these. These are basically the fish eye ones, except they have just a little still at the bottom. They look better in earrings. So let me show you an example. Do you want to get this one out?
Yeah.
They or even these, like this is what I use with them. Exactly. These are so cute. I used this at the end. That's why it looks super like, I don't know, there's not like anything big at the end. It's like kind of hidden. Anyways, So let me just make a basic pink earring. So I have this, I'm using a pink bead, if you can see, and I'm just threading it through. And then I'm going to use a little flower bead. I don't know if you can see, yeah. And then I'm threading that through as well. And then
which pink bead did you use?
any pink bead.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a little light pink bead. I mean, it looks like white in the video, but I promise you it's pink. And I'm gonna put that on top. A lot of the time when I'm making earrings, it's literally just me like putting different things together and seeing if they look good. So now I don't like this, so I'm gonna switch the order of the light pink bead and the flower. And yes, like this. Are you there yet?
Yeah. Okay, you can keep going.
Okay, this is the important part. So something that I used to struggle with a lot when I was first making earrings is how much to cut, because once you like cut this wire, you obviously can't get back what you cut. So then you're gonna have to like use another one and then you'll be wasting, etc. So a rule of thumb, actually, this is gonna be funny, that I like to do is I use my thumb and I do like a thumb distance and then I cut off where my thumb stops. Exactly, rule of thumb. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna cut off right about here. And something that's important to notice is that you can always cut off more. Like you can always cut, if you cut off less, you can always like keep cutting off. But like if you cut off too much, you're gonna have to, and then you waste so much. And I told you Michael's is expensive. So anyways. Are you there yet?
I'm literally there.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna cut off.
The light pink bead looks gray.
Maybe get like a different like pink bead then. Okay, you want to cut?
No, wait, I think I got the wrong one.
Oh,
I think this looks better because that one looks like
anyways, I have it cut like this, like so.
they all look the same. Actually, maybe this one. It's so hard to pick up the beads.
Oh,
Yeah.
make sure that when you're cutting, your like excess hard pointy wire isn't like going into anyone's like foot or anything, because that would be traumatic. So make sure you're like, you know, the trajectory. A little bit more. Wait, no, like a little bit less. Like, okay, I'll show you. Like, don't move that. Right there.
Okay, wait, I got it.
Wow, she did it, guys. Anyways, it might be a little bit longer, but that's always okay when you're just starting out. Oh, I just read that it basically made this already. That's okay. Anyway, what I do is this set of pliers with the two things, and actually these two things are used so that you can wrap the wire around it. So they're supposed to be like a guiding thing. So I'm gonna start right here like this. Let me actually come closer. And yes. Anyways, I'm gonna start like this, and then I'm gonna loop the wire around it, around like the very edge of it. And you want to try to make like as small of a loop as possible because it looks better that way. So I don't know if you can see this. Can you see the loop? Yes. And now I know it looks a little bit wonky, but you can perfect it with this like flattened pliers thing. So now I'm gonna like move it to the center, the loop that I just made. Like so. So using this, I basically just pushed this little loop to the center. And I aligned it, and I also flattened it out a little bit. That way it's easier. And it doesn't look wonky when you're like actually wearing the earrings. And now let me show you again. Yeah. Now push it together a little bit with the flattening tool and move it more to the center. This is front of these. Yes, okay. Push it together a little bit and move it more to the center. Push the two ends of the wire together. Anyways, so now that you have this, you're gonna take one of your earring ends.
Like, it's like moving.
Yeah, it moves a lot.
It's not moving. Okay.
I think you got it. Do you want me to help?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you pretty much got it. I'm moving a little bit forward and then I'm like holding down really tight on the beads. And then I got it. And then I'm pushing it back. And then I'm going to straighten it. There we go.
Wow.
Stunning. Anyways, like I said, you take your earring or the earring loop, the part that goes in your ear, and basically what you're trying to do, you see how there's like a loop at the bottom? You're trying to open that loop. So open it a little bit, put the earring loop that you just made with your beads, put that inside and then close up the loop again. And you're closing it with that flattened plier thing. Plier, not plier thing, it's a plier. And like whenever you're dealing with these loops and stuff, the things that are above that loop, they try to like get in the loop. So you just have to hold it back with your hands. With this.
Oh.
Just opened it. I don't know if you can see. You definitely can't see. There you go. Anvitha, she's like a trailblazer. So she's trying to use the different flyers.
Because I don't want to wait for your flyer, that's why.
I suppose. If you take up an interest, we can get a second set of mini flyers.
Maybe.
Anyways, look it. I have it open and I have the earring loop inside it. And now I'm going to close it up. There we go. And there's your earring, you guys. You just did it.
Mine is so long.
Well, that's because you need to slowly make like these loops smaller.
How do you make the loops smaller?
So then, like I said, less is more. So then you cut like less and less of the wire. Now I'm going to show you guys yes. Now I'm going to show you guys this thing that I just made earlier today. It's like utilizing the wire to kind of make this like swirly earring. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
I know. For that, I also recommend you guys get this. It is 20 gauge wire. I got this from Bead Landing, also at Michael's. And you just like manipulate the wire, starting with a loop at the bottom and then like threading in beads while twisting and loop at the top. That's as much as I'm going to explain today, but if you guys want, I can always do like a more in-depth video later on. And then the last thing I showed you guys was how to easily make a really quick bracelet. I'll do the starting bit and then it's pretty self-explanatory from then on. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get it back in because it fell apart.
Oh, you can always try again with more beads.
Yeah, it's just like hard to get the loop closed.
Yeah. I am going to be using these pearls. Basically I have the fish eye like loop at the bottom and then I put a pearl on top. I'm going to cut it off to where I think is about enough to make this loop again. I think it's about this much.
I just realized for every earring you do, you have to make another one.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard when you're starting out to make them symmetrical.
Oh,
You know, like the same length of like loops and ribbons and such.
What's a ribbon?
Or like these.
You're only putting one bead.
Well, I'm making a bracelet.
Oh.
So I have this. I'm gonna make a little loop. Stunning. Just made the little loop. I'm gonna center it. And this is where two come in hand to look at. I'm holding on to it with one of them so that it doesn't move around. And then I'm like manipulating this one. And I'm turning it around. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That to be facing this direction.
Yeah, it just looks better that way. And then I have this. I'm gonna get another one of these little fisheye loop thingies. Utilize it. Using another pearl.
I literally made a bracelet.
Yeah, that is also a phenomenal, stunning bracelet. And then, so I have another one. I'm gonna cut it again. Right about where I think the loop would work. And then before I close it all the way, the second loop, I'm going to put the first little piecelet that I made to make kind of a chain. So there we go. And then I'm closing it up with this flat one. And there you go. That is your starting of a bracelet. If you keep doing that, you can make it long enough to make your whole wrist and then finish it up with the clasp that I showed you. It sounds not bad, right?
No, it's just a lot of cutting. And
yeah, but again, it's a kind of meditative state, you know? It's like, it's kind of relaxing when you get into it.
Oh, at first it's not.
Yeah, but then I promise. But you know, an easy way to relax is like how we just did at the beginning.
Yeah.
Taking a few deep breaths and closing your eyes and trying not to think about anything. If you guys want to know more about that, or you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds good. Tell me more about how that is relaxing to you in different ways. Definitely let me know. I'll put my email in the description box and we can always chat about it. And if you guys want to know like more earring like tips and tricks, or like how I make different ones with like actually involving wire and stuff like that, or you want to see Praniti try to make different things, definitely let us know. Thank you so much for coming here today. And we hope you guys have so much fun on your own jewelry and art endeavors. I'm supporting you. Yeah. Want to say bye?
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.